Things you wouldn't hear from a weather forecaster.
The Met Office have issued a weather warning. They've told the weather not to do that again or there'll be trouble.
Temperatures could rise to 31 degrees. Shit, I've left my baby in the car!
A hurricane tonight will be caused by low pressure and God's hatred of homosexuality.
A huge depression over Scotland, and now the weather.
What are you watching me for? Look out the fucking window.
Deleted lines from Star Trek.
What's wrong, Captain Picard? What's wrong? I'm a serious Shakespearean actor, and I'm talking to the ambassador of the fucking worm people!
Unlikely things to hear on a survival show.
The strong, powerful sun is making me sweat. Oh, shit, here comes his dad.
Things you don't want to hear from your flatmate.
That's my milk in the fridge. I squeeze it out of my tits with a vice. My last flat was just like Friends. Have you seen the one where Joey kills everybody?
A Mr. G had called. He says it's time.
Unlikely things to hear on a consumer programme.
Last week, we said that we were going to expose London's security scene. This week, we say, there's been a misunderstanding. Could I please have my kids back?
Things a sports commentator would never say.
Red or green, which do I cut? Come on, they're only peppers. How long is this salad going to take?
I'd been a serial killer for 4 years, but they'd never given me a nickname. Then, you bite one guy in the ass, and suddenly you're the butt muncher.
Ah, the butt muncher's got me! The butt muncher's got me!
Bad things to say at a wedding.
People have said to me, why have you stopped being a bachelor after so long? And I say, well, look at her. She's wealthy and she's dying.
Bad things to hear at the psychiatrist's.
I don't want you to think of me as a psychiatrist. I want you to think of me as a mental patient who killed the psychiatrist before you got here.
Welcome to your first session of Freudian analysis. What seems to be the penis?
You say that you're paranoid, but I have a report here that says you looked very relaxed in the bath this morning.
I see you've tried to commit suicide 5 times. Your dad was right. You are useless.
Your thoughts that you're horrifically unattractive are all in your mind, Mr. Johnson.
Unlikely things to hear on a TV talent show.
Hello, I'm Susan Boyle, and I would like to say hello to my brother, Frankie.
Susan Boyle is not related to me. None of my relatives will ever manage to chisel their way out of that cellar.
Things you wouldn't want to hear at work.
Imagine that. My first day at work, and I appear to have slipped on a wet floor. I think I might be entitled to compensation.
Mind if I leave early? I've got to pick up the kids before their parents get there. Now, I want you all to put down those football bits that you've been sewing, because I've heard that it's somebody's very special 11th birthday. And we've got you a photo of a cake. Punchawaho, chonwa, punchawaho. What do you mean it's not your turn to make the coffee? This is fucking Starbucks.
Unlikely things to hear on a property programme.
And remember, the prices of property can go down as well as plummet.
You know I said those ghastly beams, what on earth are they for? It turns out they were for holding your house up.
Rejected questions from this year's exam.
What is amnesia? Is it A, memory loss, A, memory loss, or 4, the Battle of Hastings?
Discuss the idea that Willy Wonka was a paedophile.
What is amnesia? Is it A, memory loss?
Bad things to hear from a tour guide.
Venice is a most historical city, famous for its... Oh, shit, it's flooded. Everyone get back on the bus.
A lot of you will be wondering why there are so many wonderful foreign treasures on display here at the British Museum. And the answer is quite simple, really. Gun beats spear. I know that a lot of you can't bear to leave Thailand, which is why I've hidden drugs randomly in your luggage.
Well, this is the deepest, darkest bit of the caves. And unless you give me £20 each, it's where you're staying.
Unlikely things to hear on a breakfast show.
You're listening to Six Music. Yes, you. Just you.
So if you're trying to get in via Junction 2, stop it. It's against nature, and the Bible says no.
Unlikely things to hear on a children's TV programme.
This drawing has been sent in by Robert, age 9. That's a shit drawing, Robert. Yeah. Children your age in China who can make shoes.
And remember, while crystal meth is a lovely treat, it is very bad for your teeth.
Things you wouldn't hear at a party conference.
Well, I must say, on this issue, I'm with Al-Qaeda.
And I do believe we are the only party who are going to do anything about the amount of unemployed dwarves in this country. In fact, I saw one just outside holding a sign that said, "No job, too small."
Unlikely things to hear on a history document.
The Loch Ness Monster. Fact or fiction? Fiction. Good night.
Unlikely things to hear on Crime Watch.
Police say they are looking for a black man in his 20s and that they always will be.
Today, we're looking at identity theft.
If you're being interrogated by the police and they're recording the interview, just make sure that every so often you go, "Ow."
Unlikely things to hear on a TV election debate.
The truth. It's me who got you into this mess, and it's him that will get you out of it.
How will we shorten waiting lists? Simple. By letting the weak die.
Unlikely things to hear at an awards ceremony.
Well, God, so many people to thank. Where to begin? Obvious one, I suppose. Hitler.
We're going to watch a film showing some of the people that we've lost this year, including 2 you didn't even know were dead.
Welcome to the Accident at Work Awards.
Unlikely things to read in a Valentine's Day card.
Roses are red. Poppies are red. The grass is all red. Shit, the garden's on fire!
Unlikely things to get through your letterbox.
Pizza. Buy one, pay full price.
Would you recognise a fake ID? No? Great, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Things you don't want to hear in hospital.
Accept this sacrifice, almighty Satan!
How many fingers? That's right, 2. Fuck off.
Things you won't hear your sat-nav say.
Left. Left. Your girlfriend's left.
Things you wouldn't hear in a medical documentary.
The Siamese twins were joined in the most embarrassing place imaginable and known by friends as the skipping rope.
Is things you wouldn't hear in a cookery show.
No, that's definitely a poodle.
So just boil for 15 minutes, and if there's still life in her, she's a witch.
I've been beating away for half an hour, but I'm just lonely. Let's get on with the cooking.
Unlikely things to hear on a news programme.
Behind me, a man lies dead. That's what happens if you pull faces in the background when I'm doing a piece to camera.
Protesters set fire to cars and blocked the carriageway for several hours in protest over something or other, bloody French.
Unlikely things to hear on a train.
Due to staff shortages, I am unable to finish this a noun.
Unlikely things to hear in a quiz show.
We asked 100 people, name something you eat with a spoon. And the top answer was, piss off, I'm busy.
We asked 100 people, where is the G-spot? You've given us your answer. If it's up there, love, I'll give you the money myself.
Lines you wouldn't hear in an action movie.
There is a bomb on this bus, but we think we know who's got it. But if we get this wrong, we might look a bit racist. They beat him, they kicked him, they shot him, they left him for dead. Now, he's dead.
Unlikely things to hear from a sports commentator.
Oh, and that's a beautiful shot there on the black. I really should remember these boxers' names.